Hello, this is Byron, and I had, excuse my voice, I have a cold. About 10 of my friends called me and said, I made a video about retirement, and they said it touched their heart because it hit home with them because they were running into that same situation. See, everyone wants to work a job and retire. That's the ultimate goal. How many days you got left to retirement? 1 year. How many days? 30 days. But you never, ever make a plan after you retire. Because the reason I'm making this video is because it's very dangerous to retire if you don't have a plan. You have to have hobbies or something to do. You always have to have something to do. And it hits hard if you don't. You can only travel so much. It's very expensive. You can go to the casino. You go out to eat. You go to the movies. But all you're getting is your retirement check. It don't last. You can't do everything you planned on doing while you was working. It's a difference. You will feel it. This is a very sensitive subject because I'm talking to the elderly too. First of all, there's people that sit in their house all day. They retire, they don't have to get up and go to work, but they're sitting in their house, and that's a death trap. You got to get out the house. If you don't have a plan, get a plan. Don't let laziness sit in. Don't let that happen, because that could be very dangerous. Don't let the laziness sit in, or how do I say it? You think you're too old to do something else. When you retire, all you're doing is starting the next part of your life. That's the way God got it set up. You work your 20 or 30 years. Okay, you're done with that. Now, what's next? Think about what I'm saying. There's a lot of young people that can't relate to what I'm saying because they're in the midst of their job. They got many years to go. I'm talking to the people, and I'm talking to the young people to prepare themselves for this devastating event you're going to be in when you retire. It's exciting to look at that date to retirement, but after you retire, you will understand what I'm saying. Okay, you're not too old. You're 60 years old. I'm 60. I'm doing too much. I'm a master at the stock market. That's my hobby, the stock market. I play darts with my friends. I'm going to take you one day with me on the screen to play darts. I do fantasy football. It's so many things to do. It's a lot of things to do. You just got to find it. And once you find it, excel in it and be passionate about it. And that will give you a hobby to do. Walking in the park, exercising, anything. You got to find something to do because a job is really just something to do. And then you go home to your family. Think about it. But now that void is gone. You don't have that job anymore. You got to fill those hours. Yeah, you're going to see when you retire. Okay. A couple of more things I want to cover here. You have to start the next chapter in your life. You have to. You have to start the next chapter in your life. Life is a bunch of chapters. When you're a kid, to your working age, to your adult or teenage, until your retirement. That's the next chapter in your life. That's all you're doing is starting the next chapter. Don't let life beat you. Beat life. Because if you sit at home and you don't get out the house, life is winning. You got to get out there and get a hobby. That's basically what it comes down to. Find something to do. My father always told me that he's 80 years old now. No, he's 89. But at 80 years old, he said, Byron, he cried, and I cried. I want to go back to work. I said, Dad, that's stupid. That's crazy. That's idiotic. You retired. You did your part. You're done. You made it through work. And you get your retirement check. You should be just relax and be happy and enjoy life. It's not that easy. Trust me, it's not that easy. Once you retire, like I said, there's a void gone that you have to fill. What else are you going to do? Stay in the house? You have to have something to do. And now I'm 60 years old. Excuse my voice because I have a cold, but I'm going to make these videos because I'm trying to motivate people to get out the house. Get out the house, please. Don't just sit in that house and die. Don't do that. You can Google with technology these days. You can Google something to do, what events is going on. The kids, help your parents. Help them make suggestions to them to find something to do. If they have to go back and get a part-time job, I'm sorry. You might disagree with that, but that's what they need to do to survive. I mean, that gives them something to do. Please understand where they're coming from. When my father told me that, I had no idea, and I disagreed with him. And my sisters and brothers did too. But now I see what he's talking about. He can't work now. He cannot work now because he's blind. He cannot walk. And I'm his caregiver. Segue into that. I'm a caregiver for my father. And that gives me something else to do. I'm retired. See how that works? Like I said, I play darts. I'm a caregiver. I'm a master at the stock market, which I'm going to make another tape about that because a lot of my friends, I made some other tapes. A lot of my friends are highly interested in getting in the stock market because your wealth goes up. But that's another video. I do fantasy football. A lot of my friends do that. Like I said, I play darts. I manage a building, my family own a building and I manage it. It's just something to do, I make enough money, but it's so important to have something to do. It's like medical insurance. A lot of young people think that the paycheck is the most important thing. But as you get older, you start to realize your medical insurance is just as important or more. It's a growing process in your mind and you learn as you grow. But I'm happy right now. But I really want to motivate people because a lot of my friends say their parents and themselves, they have nothing to do. They staying in the house. No, don't do that. Find a way to get out the house. I made you some suggestions like darts, fantasy football. If you got to go back for a part-time job, you get out the house. That's the first thing. That's the first step, getting out the house. Okay? I want to make sure I cover everything here. I have a cold, excuse me. When you wake up in the morning, have that plan. If you got to walk in the park, anything, just find something to do, like I said. Because if you don't find something to do, you lose. As simple as that. It's just amazing to me how happy people are the day they retire. It's such a joyful feeling because the next part of your life hasn't set in yet. You start traveling a lot of times. You spend more time with your family. You go out to bars sometime. You go out to casinos sometimes. You don't have to get up in the morning. But that's very dangerous because all that runs out. It runs out, trust me. You got to have something to do after that. That's what I'm talking about. After your fun stage, after you retire, it's fun for a little while, but then you notice that retirement check don't last too long. So you have to have something to do, and you have to have something physically to keep you physically fit, because it's amazing that when you start sitting around and you start to get older and you're not in a health club, you start to gain weight. You start to get lazy. You start to get a little fatter or a little bit bigger. You start to notice as you get older. And that's a medical thing. I don't know why it's like that, but that's another reason why you have to find a form of exercise to do. If it's walking in the park, if it's getting in a health club, if it's just cutting grass. A lot of guys just go around just cutting grass and shoveling snow. Believe it or not, it's beautiful because a lot of people, there's a store a block and a half away from my house, about a block. And one of the workers said something to me. She said, "Why do you drive to the store. It's Dollar Tree. I said, why not? She said, you have 2 legs, 2 feet. Why don't you just walk? Because you're solving 2 problems. You're coming to get what you want, and you're getting exercise. It's amazing how, if you listen to other people, how they can say stuff to really sink in and it really makes sense. Now, I walk to Dollar Tree down the street because that's right. It's a form of exercise. Little things like that help me out, and it's a way I can get out the house and I can get exercise at the same time. Because laziness will set in if I don't do this. Okay, I want to cover a couple of more things. Okay, all right. Let's go off the paperwork. I'm not going to look at no more paperwork. I just want, God has blessed me. The Spirit I just want to help people the rest of my life. I'm at a stage where I had fun. I made a lot of mistakes. But it's amazing how God puts something into you that makes you just want to help people. That's why I try to help people any way I can. Like caregiving, taking care of my father, sacrificing everything for him because he did that for me. The stock market. I make videos about the stock market because I think that's the best thing you can do if you do it right. And this right here, motivation towards retirement. As you get older, it's amazing how you see your friends and family dying off. It's scary. It really is. And tomorrow's not guaranteed. Whoever started that statement, that's a true statement. You got to live for today, but use your brain. Have fun. Have something to do. Because don't let life beat you. Beat life. I really mean that. I'm getting kind of emotional here because this is really touching my heart right now. Because I was going through what I'm telling you not to go through. When I first retired, it hit me hard. My retirement check is not that much. So I traveled a little bit. I went out partying a little bit. I went to the boat, stuff like that. But then all of a sudden, you got to budget your money. You really do. That's why, you got to get hobbies that are not that expensive. But at the same time, you have to get out the house. If you kept yourself sitting in the house for a day or 2 days or 3 days in a row, that's not good. I know a lot of people say, well, it's too expensive out there, or I don't have nothing to do, or it's too dangerous out there. No, don't make no excuses. You're just making excuses. Get out the house, regardless. There's things to do. There's safe things to do. There's inexpensive things to do. I'm telling you, trust me. And this is really touching my heart here. I'm sorry. Because you got to believe what I'm saying. There's a lot of people going through what I'm telling you. You have to start the next part of your life. Don't give up. Once you retire, don't give up. Please. I'm sorry about the way I'm sensitive about this subject. And please listen to me. Thank you.